Sincere Prayer and Divine Grace for a Miraculous Cure by Ms. Vidya Dio. In 2017, I received a phone call from my brother. After the usual greetings and conversations, he said he had some bad news for me. He had a relapse of aplastic anemia, and his blood count was extremely low. Aplastic anemia is a rare and serious medical condition that affects the bone marrow and significantly impairs its ability to produce an adequate amount of red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Apart from fatigue, weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, recurrent infections, easy bruising or bleeding, and prolonged bleeding from minor cuts, aplastic anemia can result in a quick death. I was just dumbfounded hearing the sad news. Still, I did my best to comfort him, and we agreed that I would convey this news to our mother as he didn't know how to break it to her. I broke down in tears as memories from our childhood flooded my mind, and I remembered the pain our family had gone through with his illness back then. Now, it had resurfaced. I eventually told my mother. She, too, was speechless. The only support I consider myself very fortunate to have grown up in a family whose members are long-standing devotees of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. While growing up, I had no doubt about him being the avatar, as I was mesmerized by his miracles and awestruck by his unique, loving form. When I watched Bhagwan, he seemed to be floating in the air and did not belong to the earth like us. His way of moving itself matched the quote, "Be in the world but do not let the world be in you." We were brought up with Swami's teachings of human values through Bal Vikas classes, Sai's spiritual education for children. So profound were these lessons that I endeavored to instill these values in my son too, from a very early age. I believe that these teachings have helped him immensely, especially when he entered his teenage years. It is natural for all of us to turn to Swami during the challenging times of our lives. We all cried uncontrollably, praying to Swami and sharing our grief. All we could do was call my brother to give him the moral support and the love he very much needed. A roller coaster journey. My brother needed regular blood transfusions, and my mother flew to Florida to assist him and be by his side during this ordeal. My son was in college then, and I had work commitments, so I could not be there in person. However, along with the other family members, I kept in touch with him through video calls. We prayed to Swami incessantly, asking for his grace and blessings for his relief. There would be times when his blood would stabilize, and then came times when the count would go extremely low again. His condition fluctuated and carried us up and down the emotional roller coaster. The news soon spread to his close friends and family in Trinidad and Tobago. They, too, joined in the prayers and kept sending love to him. Each one prayed in their own way to their chosen form of God, and their prayers were from different religious backgrounds too. My brother did his share of praying as well. I sincerely prayed to Swami in our puja, prayer, room, talking to him in my own way. I would break down weeping and pleading with Swami to be there and cure him just as he had done so lovingly in the past when my brother was young. The transplantation option and a miracle. My brother was told that he would need a bone marrow transplant, and the hospital requested to find a close family member to be a donor for the transplant. After the tests, it was determined that my sister was the best match to be the bone marrow donor. She immediately agreed, and now my brother needed to be prepared for the surgery. Amazingly, after a couple more blood transfusions, days of a healthy diet, and being mentally strong, my brother started to see a gradual improvement. Soon, even without the transplant, he started to show signs of phenomenal progress. The doctors told him he did not need the bone marrow transplant anymore. They also said he does not even have to go to the hospital often. This was unbelievably good news which uplifted everyone's spirits. In fact, he could be on his own very soon, so my mother headed back to Trinidad and Tobago. In 2019, we had a thank you satsang expressing our deepest gratitude to Swami for curing my brother. My parents also celebrated their wedding anniversary at our home. But we never stopped praying. My brother not only stopped having blood transfusions but was off some of the medications as well. Power of prayer. I firmly believe it all happened because of Swami's grace alone. It is miraculous and proves that our Lord listens to our sincere and heartfelt prayers. No one can predict when the Lord will shower His grace, but we know for sure that not even a blade of grass will move without His will. The power of sincere prayer, healing vibhuti, silent sitting meditation, and faith in our Lord can bring miraculous cures. Believing in God and praying with all our heart makes the impossible possible. Prayer must emanate from the heart, where God resides, and not from the head where doctrines and doubts clash. Our thoughts and vibrations can travel thousands of miles to the person we are thinking about. Swami has personally helped me throughout my life in many different ways. I have learned to have that faith, patience, sealing on my desires, be positive and grateful for the smallest things in life, be humble, and work on my ego. In life, we must have such equanimity. Swami is my breath, my soul, my life. No one can understand the ways of the Lord. No one can explain or understand His divinity. We must leave everything to His will. Let Thy will be done. We must explicitly trust in the Lord that whatever happens, it happens for our own good. Jai Sai Ram. Ms. Vedayadio.